There's a spider. What is up, everybody? I got a different kind of video today, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys because, like I said, I will always keep it real and be honest with you. I am lacking any kind of quality fishing content right now. Lacking it all. It's not there. It's not there. Hang on. That's better. It was just a little crooked, and I'm kind of OCD like that. Yeah, I am lacking any kind of good quality fishing content. I've been out fishing, and I've caught some fish, you know, and I recorded a couple of them, and then I didn't record anything, and the couple that I did, like, it was some ponds that I'd already been to just recently, and I didn't want to, like, continue to upload stuff in the same areas, you know. I guess, I don't know, does that matter to you guys? Like, do you care if I fish the same spot, I mean, like, once every 3 videos, something like that, you know? Because, like, there's fish that I need to catch. There's big fish in some of these ponds I need to catch. That's not the title. That's not the reason of the video. You guys know why I'm here. You guys saw the title. So, what we got to do today, I got to re-spool some line. I got to re-spool an old reel, not an old reel, but a reel that I've had. I have not changed this line since I got that reel, and then I'm going to spool up a new reel that I got here. Cast King Spartacus, going to give this one a shot. So, I'm going to show you guys how I spool a bait caster. And I think that I do it different than a lot of people out there. I don't know, but there's tons of videos out there for how to spool a bait caster. Ah! There's a spider. Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, let's get on with spooling up the bait caster, and I'll show you guys how I spool one. Take this off. You're not gonna watch all this, are you? Hope not. It's gonna get pretty boring. Really quick, guys, I want to show you something. Look at this line. Look at this fluorocarbon. I mean, it is in rough shape. Very, very rough shape. But you know what? This is the rod and reel and the line that I use to pull that fish out of, if you're on my Instagram, that clip of me pulling that bass out of the muck and getting it out of that grass, this is the line that I used, and this is the line that I will continue to use until someone reaches out to me and wants me to use their line, and I'll test it out, and if I like it, then I'll switch to it, but probably not. This line I've had on since I first got this reel. It is the Cast King Fluorocoat, and I mean, you get further down and it's better, but that line has been through a lot of fish. It's been against a lot of debris, a lot of brush, a lot of rocks, and it has held up. Never have I had an issue with that. Just lately it's kind of been backlashing a little bit, which is understandable. And when I was fishing with TJ, he literally put his fingers on this and he thought it was braid. He thought it was some kind of like new braid because of how many abrasions it had. So that's why we're finally re-spooling this, because I'm hoping I'm going to get on some big fish here pretty soon, and I'm going to need that good, brand new, smooth, good quality line. So anyways, enough talking. Let's just go ahead and jump forward to me spooling this up and showing you how I do that. All right, everybody. So we're going to spool up the Spartacus first. Now, you can make fun of me all you want for my spool tool here, okay? But IDGAF. I don't give a frick if you're going to make fun of me or not, because I like it and it helps me out. I use it. If you don't have one, the same, I mean, it will be the same, okay? I'll do one without, I'll just keep it in the box and I'll do it this way. But first thing is first, when you are spooling up your bait caster, you need to make sure that the line is coming off in the same direction that it is going to be coming back onto the spool, okay? So I don't want to have the line underneath, because the memory on the fluorocarbon, it'll mess up in the spool. You don't want that. So the line coming over the top because the spool is going to be rotating this way. All right. So then next thing that I do, I try and keep it in that little slot right there to keep the line from falling out or anything like that while I'm doing this. So this is where I do things different. You'll see guys say feed it through the bottom, well feed it through the guide. Obviously you want to go through the guide first. Okay, your line guide, you need to go straight through there first. But I do a different step first off. First step that I do, I take the side plate off. Okay, so I'm going to remove the side plate. Listen, Rod, you're going to have to, I can't deal with you vibrating like that. All right, stay. So I take the side plate off. Okay, so we've got the reel open. Next thing that I do, take the spool out. Take the spool out. Just follow me here. Trust me on this. Next thing you're going to do, put your line through the guide. So your line is through the guide right there. Make sure it doesn't get caught in the handle. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So line is through the guide on the reel. Next thing that you're going to do, next thing that I do, is I tie an overhand knot. Now this little square piece right here, I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to cut it off. But I'm going to tie an overhand knot. So I'm going to take the line, go over, bring it through, tag end right there. Okay. Next one that you're going to do is over under again. Okay, so there we have an overhand knot right there with a big old loop. Now what I want to do here is tighten that loop down. So I'm going to slide that to about right there over my finger. A little too tight. Okay, I'm going to cut this tag end off here. Just a little bit for right now. Now, this is the crucial part right here. So with this loop, what you're going to do is bring the line through, like so. Okay? Line is through the loop right there. Now, what we want to do is to make sure that this is going to spool this way. What we want is we want the tension of the line to tighten down over the spool. So when it is rolling, when it is being reeled, what your line is being held by is the tension of that knot on that loop. This is how you don't have to sit there and you don't have to sit there and kind of like use your fingernails and make sure that you're pressing all the way down on the spool, make sure the knot is tight and all this other stuff. And you have to like thumb the spool a little bit because the line might be a little loose and you got to do, no. I want to do this simple. I want to keep it simple. So this right here is it. What we're going to do with this loop is we're going to take it, put it onto the spool. So then that is on the spool right there. On this reel in particular, there's a nice line guide right in the center. So that is on there like that. That pulls tight, and then your line is tight on the spool. Simple as that, guys, right there. That's it. And then you can take scissors or your nail clippers and really get to that tag end right there that's a little loose. Cut that line off of there, and that's it. Now, next thing you want to do, pull the line back through, put your spool back in, put your side plate on, and then hold that line tight and watch. Let's see here. And watch how that tension will just pull on there and start spooling itself. Just like that. Just like that. That's it. So now we're going to spool it up. I'm not going to bore you guys with me spooling this up, but what I am going to do the next one is we're going to keep the line in the box, and I'm going to show you again how I do it when I do not have a spool tool and just trying to keep it easy for you guys. But the biggest thing is that spooling up a bait caster does not have to be difficult. You can make it simple, you can make it easy, and you can make sure that line stays tight. I didn't have to thumb the spool and try and keep everything tight. That's a whole nother step that you just don't really have to do. this works just as well, if not better, because it's friction on the line that's actually keeping it tight on the spool. That's it. Look at that. That is a nice even spool right there. Whew. Handy. So then take that, twist that to where I get that line stuck in there, put the label or a piece of tape back over it, that way you keep your line nice, snip it, and then you have a spool, brand new spool on your bait caster, on your brand new bait caster or your old bait caster, whatever it may be, but a much easier way to put a spool on. All right, so you just got your new fishing line in the mail from the store, whatever it may be. A lot of the new boxes have got this cutout right here in the middle on the side. So what you're gonna do, take your line out of there, take it off that little tag, this quality inspected tag here. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna make sure that when I put this back in the box, I'm going to have the spool facing out and rolling this way, because when it comes out of the box, I want it rolling the same way that I'm going to be putting it onto the spool. So take some line out right there, feed it through the hole in the box right there on the side, this right here. Make sure again that it is facing up, because your spool is going to be rolling back towards you. So I want to stick that right in there like so, and then we're going to pull some of this out here, close that box up. All right, next thing that we're going to do, we're going to take our fishing rod and we're going to put it through the guides from start to finish. So now that we've got that set and ready to go through the eyelets of the rod, we're going to make sure that the guide is directly in the center of the reel. We're going to fish that through the eyelet right there. We're going to remove the side plate, remove the spool, bring that through the side of the reel where the spool goes in at, and then we're going to do the good old overhand knot again. So take it over and under, and then over and under. It's a simple square knot. Where my Boy Scouts at, this was the hardest knot for me to learn in Boy Scouts, and I don't know why. It's like the most simple knot there is, but I had the hardest time learning this knot. So we're going to pull that tight right there. We're going to tighten that loop down. Make sure you're holding onto the tag end when you tighten that down. And then the loop through. Sorry, put the line through your loop. Now again, guys, this is the most important part. You want to make sure that that loop and that line is causing tension right there, the way that your spool is going to reel. I'm going to cut that tag end off, so don't worry about that. But you want that to be rolling backwards the same direction as your spool. So you're going to take that loop, you're going to put that around your spool, not all the way around it, put it all the way through it. And then what I'm going to do here is make sure that line is lined right up in the groove of the spool there. We'll pull that tight, because once I start reeling, that tension is going to be on there. Get your nail clippers or your scissors, whatever you got. Cut the tag in. Don't cut both lines, because then you'll be back to square one, which I almost did. Pull your line back through there. Put your spool in. Close your side plate. And then right here, while that line is in the box, we're going to start reeling, but I'm going to hold the line right here. I'm going to hold it tight while I'm reeling that. And then I'm just going to start reeling. A little trick for you guys, if you're doing it from the box, you're not going to have as much tension as a spool tool. So keep your finger under the line a little bit, just like you would when you're reeling it, because it's going to cause a little more tension and make sure that spool is good and tight so the line is not loose in there. So when you cast it the first time after re-spooling, you're not going to backlash. And we're done, just like we're done, just like that. Nice even spool, tight on there. There's no play in that spool at all. So guys, I really hope that this short little video helped you out and showed you a different way I wouldn't say it's a better way, but it's a different way. It's somewhat of an easier way to spool up your bait casters. The concept is the exact same with spinning reels. Exact same. You can use it just like that on a spinning reel as well. It'll keep it tight on there. I use this technique on my braid reels as well. I know a lot of guys say that you need backing or you need something on there because the braid will slip. I've never had braid slip by doing this technique. Never had it slip. So, anyways guys, thanks for watching. Sorry it's not a fishing content video, but I do hope this helps somebody out, and I'll catch you guys next time we're on the water. By the way, if you're not subscribed, please hit that red button down over there. Hit that, or is it over there? I don't know. Hit the red button. I appreciate you guys.